Oh, finally, I'm here. I honestly have no idea what that was all about. It kept telling me my camera was in use somewhere and then just spinning round and round and round. Anyway, I'm here. Happy Monday. Not the best start, but we'll make up for it, won't we? I am exhausted, Mary, and maybe I did wear it out on Saturday. That was a big old day, wasn't it? Um, anyway, I hope you're all going to find me. So we'll just natter like we usually do for a few minutes. Um, you have the wheel of death too. Oh no, Jane. Ah, I did just keep jumping out the other dates. Yeah, I think because I started the stream, came straight out because it started with the wrong camera. So I don't know why. And of course, if I start with that camera, I can't do a demo. So I thought we'd better come in, otherwise you won't get what you wanted. I can't have the window open because it's so bright. But here we go. Is that better? That's better. Hello, you. Find you, says Mary. Hi, you're back. Yes, I'm back. I still have the same, but I can't see you. But I can see you. Oh, well, at least, that's one good thing, right? Anyway, how is everybody? Who stayed up with me for the whole, and Chris? I mustn't forget Chris. Chris was a trooper on Saturday. He made it so easy because he organised everything, and then the spreadsheet's done. And from the spreadsheet, I've generated invoices now. I know how to do that now. So loads of learning for me on the weekend, which is great. And yesterday, yeah, it's been a mammoth weekend, Mary. You stay for most of it. I still have the Jane, I've now worked out everybody's invoices, but I couldn't do it until last night late because Chris and I were studying all day yesterday. Obviously we had a very late night, 4 a.m. we ended up going to bed after putting all the boxes safe so that the dog couldn't get up in the morning and eat them, because that would have been awful, wouldn't it? So it was about 4 a.m. before we got into bed, and then the next day we had to get up because of poor Willow. And she didn't have the best day on Saturday, bless her, because we basically ignored her most of the day. She was so good. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Abby. I look very rock chick, do I? Oh, that's not what I was going for, but I'll take it. Yeah, so once that was sorted, we had to get up kind of early because we have our post office online training. We have our classroom training in a few weeks, but we have to finish our post office online training by a certain deadline, and which the deadline is tomorrow. But of course, I'm busy Mondays, and so I don't want to leave it to the last day. So all day yesterday we're training. I still got 10% left to do, but we've done about, I don't know, 8 hours yesterday, and then I've done an hour this morning. So I've got a bit more to do. So I didn't get round to sending anybody any invoices yesterday. I'll be doing that after we finish here today. So all of you, hold your breath and wait for your invoices. That's the big ones. Everybody went a bit mad. It was amazing. I didn't expect such a response. It was absolutely brilliant. So I've cleared out stuff. I've made some money and cleared some stuff out, which is just awesome. You got bargains, so everybody wins. Send it to Jez. Okay, I'll send your invoice to Jez, Abby. Do you not want to see? There's also, Abby, when I send your things out, I'll be putting that hexagonal bar in that I promised I'd send you that I haven't sent yet. So I will send you that at the same time. Poor tired Jem, I'm glad your sale went well. Yeah, I am a bit tired, but I also feel really energized. The sun's out. I feel like I've made a good start on the next chapter, which is nice. You know, when everything feels a bit daunting, you all know how that feels. You've all been there at some point, or might be there right at the moment. But like when you can see the task ahead and the time's ticking away, and you think, when am I gonna make a dent on that? And when are we gonna do that and get the training? The training's been looming, like we know we've got to do it, but just haven't found time. So feeling pretty good about the progress we made this weekend. Very, very productive weekend. So even though it was exhausting, it makes up for it in the feeling that it gives you, feeling like you're actually progressing and not just sitting still waiting. So yeah, so thank you for helping me with that. Thank you for staying all day as well. You really made it fun. So it was nice and interactive. There was nattering in between. Chris really enjoyed himself. He said he really enjoyed it because I keep saying thanks, Chris, for doing that because I couldn't have done it on my own, I don't think. Or I could have, but it would have been a bit frantic. And also everything is really organized. So it means that when I've sent the invoices and received the payments, they're just there ready to send out, which is fantastic. No rummaging through boxes to find the right items. It's all done. So do you want to see? Do you want to see my spare room? I won't take you down there, but I took a photo. That's my message to Abby. Where is it? Camera. Let's turn this round. This is my spare room. The whole bed, all the sides, the bookcase, everything is covered in boxes ready to close up, put labels on, and all that. It's manic. That's not that one. My pretty spare room, so nobody can come and stay until they've all been posted out. I've signed up to another festival. Have you, Jane? Oh, well done. Where are you going this time? Is it close? Can I come? And happy with everyone behind you. Plus, it was lovely to catch up. Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? That's all right, Bogner, because you're late, and so was I because I couldn't get in for ages. So it's a bit of a funny one. I kept having to come in, come out, come in, come out. So the post office will love us. Yeah. I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if we were already there? We could just literally take it in, tell you how much it's going to cost to post. There and then, that'd be amazing. There were so many lovely pieces, but old ladies like me can only wear a few, even with cruises. Oh, Mary, yeah, that's it. I'm the same. Like I can't wear it all, can I? As much as I'd love to, I can't wear it all. There's so many pieces I forgot about, because they've been just tucked away. And it was really nice. I was saying to Chris, it was nice to remind myself of things I've done in the past and then get my brain thinking, oh, I could perhaps use that technique or that medium in with something else. So it was really nice to sort of refresh myself as well with some of those pieces I haven't seen for a while. Nicola, wow, I confess I didn't join you guys as I have zero self-control and I need to catch up from my Chalmers spending. Oh, Nicola, I don't blame you. I know a few people did the same. Yeah. It's so hard, isn't it, when you're watching a live sale because you get so absorbed in it and you think, oh, I've got to get that one before anybody else does. Before you've actually considered whether you really need it or want it. So yeah, it's the way to go if you're selling, isn't it? So I recommend it. Also, it's quick and done. It's like it's not hours of posting up online and things like that, because that's the worst bit of the business is having to photograph, describe, put prices, upload, ensure your inventories. That it takes so long, and it really does suppress the creative process, because you have fun making these things and you like them, but then you got to go to the next stage. And yeah, so it's nice to do it in that way. I mean, it would have probably taken me 3 weeks to list full time to list all that online. Yeah, because everything's individual. It's easy when you list one thing and you've got 5 of it, then it takes the time. But when it's all one-offs, you can't do that, can you? You're going to buy my looking glass tutorials. I want to make one and use some of my stash. It's a good idea. Yeah, looking glass tutorials on the website. So yeah, lots of those things that you perhaps missed out on, maybe you can go and get the tutorial and make it for yourself. Yes, it is. It's ridiculous, Kim. It is tedious. Mary Morris, there was one piece I spotted in your teasers and I got it. I'm very happy. Oh, which one was it, Mary? Which one? I know you've got 3 things, I think, in your basket, and you got 3 really nice things. I have around 70 items left out of 350, so it did very well. sort of clearing, but I still have 70 items left. So I'm thinking I may, number 88, I don't know what that was. I can't wait to get my crown. Oh yes, you're gonna wear your crown, Jane. There were other things I didn't put in, like I didn't put the owl in, the owls in, and I didn't put my two thingies in, and I put them ready, but I just got it. Just yeah. So there might have to be another one. You can't wait to get. I can't wait to see you in your crown, Jane. I want you to wear it on your next workshop. Leslie got the stunning pearl necklace. Yes, she did. Good morning, Isabel. How are you? We're just discussing the antics of Saturday and how I can't believe I thought. So the funny thing was, obviously, Chris and I are short of weekends now because we move in. I think it's only 7 weeks now until we move. And so, as you can imagine, weekends start getting very precious because that's when we can say our final farewells to, not final farewells, but say goodbye to this person in the village or that group of friends, or go and visit there before we leave, or that sort of thing. Trying to fit in everything we want to do and see, and people we want to see before we move, because it'd be more difficult. So weekends are at a premium. So I'd said to Chris, right, how about we invite our friends Emma and Dan over on Saturday after the sale? So we'll have the sale on Saturday, but we could always have a barbecue Saturday evening. I'm so glad we didn't, because obviously we went on till 2 a.m. And I said to Chris, I can't believe we actually thought we could do this in an afternoon. Yeah, we didn't expect that. I fell asleep about 1 a.m. Isabel, you made me laugh because you were quiet, and then you just popped in to tell me off, which I thought was hilarious. And Chris said, "That's so funny how you just popped in to tell me off for selling my things too cheaply." Morning, Tony. I missed the beautiful Keshi pearl necklace, so pretty. Oh, sorry, Linda. I might have one I'm planning. What? Sorry, Jane, I think I've missed. I can't wait to get my crown. You might have one I'm planning. I missed it. Bogner, I have more than enough of mine that I made, then got attached and not sold, but couldn't resist my most loved bird, which I am going to sleep at 1 or 2. Is that me? Which I am going to sleep at 1 or 2 a.m. Isabel, I got a couple of statement pieces that are very you, and I'm very pleased about that. Yay! What, Jane? What am I doing? I don't know what I've done. I'm terrible at keeping up. So what have I done? What are you planning? You have a wonderful group of followers that are very supportive. Yes, I do, Kim. I do. I'm so very fortunate. And that's my mum. I spoke to my mum the next morning. She said, Jem, I just watched because it was just so nice to be involved, and it felt like I had company all day, and what a lovely group of people that came to the sale and supported you. She said, they're so lovely. And Chris was the same. He said, you've got really lovely people in your group, haven't you? I was like, yeah. It's really nice. The Milliput course, Jem. Yes, I've got to put it on, Abby. It's literally just finding the time to put it on. But this week I don't have any workshops booked in, so I'm hoping that I get a chance to focus on creating the course and the content, because I don't want to rerun one I've already done. There will be similarities, but so I just need the time to do it, and I haven't had it, but it will be coming up. It will be sort of towards the end of the month. Yes. So anyway, all that, there was so much. I'm planning a Valkyrie crown. Ooh, well, that sounds amazing. I don't know what it is, but I love it. So leather is out of the question. Abby. It's all coming. It's just time. It's just time. 55555 says Abby. So yes, okay, let's start voting. Here's the box of goodies for your mystery mini make. They have been replenished, and my little notebook is downstairs, so I'll just write on the back of this post-it note. Right, what? Come on, where am I? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, if you haven't seen me before, I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, I would love you to vote on which box you'd like me to open to demonstrate the tutorial that's inside. So Abby says number 5. The box with the most votes gets opened. Number 4 for Tony. Number 3 for Kim. And going for number 4, says Isabel. 8 for Mary. Any more? Sorry, no glasses on. Didn't notice I didn't put commas in the right place. I meant I am an owl. You're a night owl. Yeah, I used to be. I've changed. Number 3 in honor of my bank account because that's all that's left. Shame. Shall I just hold off your invoice? Number 3. Any more numbers? I know I've got 13 people watching. That's unlucky. Let's have somebody else. Come on, somebody else. Share the live, guys. Bogner, number 7. We don't want 13. My mum's booked a holiday. Her birthday's on the 13th, the 13th of June, and she's booked a holiday, and she's flying on Friday the 13th. What is she doing? Linda, number 5. Although I suppose my mum's probably had enough bad luck this year. It's probably all done. So it probably doesn't matter. Just be fine. You'll raid your husbands. Yeah, why not, Jane? Linda, number 5. So when I was shopping in India from the lives, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You just get like, oh my God, I keep missing this pair of bumblebee jaspers. And I wanted a particular length, particular shape, and I really want them. But I really want them, and I have to have them, and I didn't know I wanted them so badly until I saw them, and then the shape came up, and I thought I better have that one because that's the longest shape, and then the next one comes up and I want that one as well because that's even better than the shape I had, but I've already put it in my basket. So Chris was like, I said, oh, I just can't. He's like, if you want to get it. And I said, well, I can't. He says, it's your birthday, just buy what you want and I'll pay for it. But it made me even more restrained because I thought, oh, then, I didn't want to bid on everything. So his bill wasn't very much at all because I was better behaved spending his money than I was mine. Linda, I got you, Linda, number 5. Oh, did I get you, Linda, number 5? Bogner, number 7. Linda, number 5. Yes, I did get Linda, number 5. All right, any more votes? There's 14 now. That's much better. And I know my mum's watching. She always watches, but she doesn't have a YouTube account, so she can't join in. Come on, Mum. Get a YouTube account. When I'm up north, I'm going to want to see your name as many times as I possibly can. Right. What else? Hey, do you want to see what I've got for tonight for Chalmers? So I've got a Chalmers show tonight. And so this is one of them. So tonight's all about negative space. This is one. I really like this one. I really like this one. I put it on. I thought, oh, I like it even more on. Oh, you have a piece of bumblebee, Jane says, on my phone that looks like bee bums in their cell. Oh, I love the labradorite with 3 holes, so wanted them. Yes, well, I will be bringing those. So those are mine for a show. So I designed a selection of 3-hole gemstones because I know I can configure them in so many amazing ways just by having those different drill holes. So yeah, I cannot wait to get my hands on those. I'm not sure whether Marie brought them back from India with her. She said she was going to, so hopefully she did. But yeah, I'll be bringing those as soon as they arrive. So probably they won't come into Chalmers stock until the 8 weeks as well. But I can experiment with them and start providing some inspiration ahead of the time. Can't wait to get my hands on them. It's so exciting, isn't it? Being able to have a gemstone to your specification. Wasn't quite what my specification was, but it still works. The concepts still work in my mind anyway. So I'm very excited about it. Yeah, Jane, they're exciting. Those different drill holes. They just give you all sorts of opportunities for tessellating and adding different elements or laying them in the way that you want them to lay. I'm very excited. I've got so many designs in my head that I want to make with them. So I hope I get lots to play with. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make, photograph, untake, take it off, make again, photograph, keep going. Yeah, my jewelry this week is very tribal. Have you seen it? I think I put it on the I shared the reel that Marie does. I always let Marie share it first, and then and see how she wants it formatted. And Marie and Emily is on Marie's team. She's absolutely marvelous. You've met her in India. She was there. So yeah. So and this, you know, I keep talking about developing my brand, and I know I speak to you when I've been like coaching, mentoring during the creative confidence course. I always speak to you about having a signature in your work and keeping things streamlined, and that's what I'm trying to do now. So part of the process of clearing all of the stock that I cleared, even though some of it is very statement in me, it's not where I'm going forward. And when I go going forward from now, when I make collections to sell, I want to have my sort of signature, what I would make, what I want to sell, what I want my Gemma Crow name to reflect. And so that's sort of where I'm going. And these pieces are definitely on brand then. So and number 7 for, where's my pen? And number 7 for Francis. Hello, Francis. Yes, get your votes in. I was looking at it yesterday several times. I love the squiggly one you did. Oh, this one. Yeah, this is so the subject is negative space. So I've chosen like lots of gemstones that have opportunities to show negative space within them, but then also within the design emphasizing the negative space, which I'll talk to you a lot more about this evening on Instagram at 6 o'clock, where you can also purchase the gemstones. So yeah, this is the squiggly one with, again, my new go-to gemstone, it seems, is the silver obsidian. So there's that one. There is this one, which I haven't put a clasp on yet. So this one, again, just playing with the shapes to create different negative spaces, and those negative spaces feed into the design. So there's that one as well. Obviously this one I'm wearing, and then this one, which everybody seems to really like. This is the one, there's a little video of that one being made. That's that one. Even my brother commented on this one. He's like, oh, I like that, Gem. And then what else we got? I got this one. This one a little bit less signature, but it's still a really nice design. And if you love Celtic designs, this one's definitely going to be for you. And then what else? There is another. Oh yeah, there's this big statement piece here. So I can't show. I've got the most fussy top on, haven't I? So it's not ideal for showing you the design. Where's my? Oh, doing the wrong side. That's why. Yeah. So this one's got like the offset the spiky elements on the side with the clasp. So the clasp is a feature, and also sort of incorporates the design. And then you've got the negative space over here, unusual shapes creating different shapes around them. But also this one, I wanted to show the rings being used as toggles, so then you can incorporate that into your design. The on-brand pieces are your favorite. Yeah, it's about time, Isabel. I just started making what I want rather than making for I don't know, to showcase a gemstone, and I've loved doing that, and it's provided me with such a massive range of jewelry making sort of skills, and I still love it, and I love making it and puzzling through different mediums to make them work together. But actually, the jewelry I want to sell and put my name on, which is what I plan to do in the future, is this stuff, this sort of thing. It's like raw, bold, slightly rustic, nods to sort of tribal or influenced by ancient civilizations. It's that sort of thing that I want to focus on, rather than, you know, the smaller, more delicate things. I want chunky, rustic. It's more me. It's much more me. So there you go. So that's that one. I really like that one. It's sort of heading in the right direction for me as well. So really excited about tonight's show. I love the concept of negative space. There's also this little one that's in the process here. This little one, again, using the rings as components in your pieces. I'm glad, Isabel. Feels like I'm on the right track. And I know you've got amazing taste, so I'll take it. That's all right, Joe. You can be late. We don't mind. We had a rocky start anyway, so you missed all the rocky bits. You're so clever and inventive. Oh, thanks, Kim. Nicola. I love the problem solving associated with jewelry making. I absolutely love it. That's the favorite bit, is that bit of engineering and problem solving and working it out. That's probably my favorite thing about making jewelry. Making for a demographic market now is making to suit your loves. Yeah. Very durable too. Yes, I do have excellent taste. Yes, you do. Right. So, any more votes coming in for our demo? Any more votes? So you pick a box between 1 and 10. The box with the most votes gets opened. So I know there's a few that haven't voted yet. So let's get voting. What else have I got to tell you? Nothing. Just been completely absorbed with sorting. What else can I tell you? I do still have the well, as far as I know, I haven't checked. I do still have the cabochons up for grabs, the carved jadeites. If anybody is interested, I put them on my Facebook page in Mojo, but just before I put them in like a destash group, just in case. So there is this one, which is the carved Burmese jadeite. It's some sort of garden. It's an herbal 8 grade jadeite. That one's for £55. It's quite a big piece. It is pretty beautiful. And then I've got two of the lotuses, the lotus flowers. Again, they're quite big pieces, and these have a little tiny drill hole at the top. So does the pendant, by the way. It's got a little drill hole, and they're carved. You can't see them very clearly there. They're really nice. They are nice detail. It's hard to see them on the camera because the light is just in the wrong place, isn't it? When I move it down, I can show you better. But yeah, so the dark green one is 35. It's more valuable, and then the lighter green one's 25. But I think they were 49.99 each, those ones, and this one was 79.99. So it's a bit of a bargain. Skadjas number 5, please. How did Chris survive the Saturday madness? He loved it. He loved it. He likes, again, he loves being organized. He loves getting things in order. He loved how busy it was. He loved it. He loved the community spirit and how it felt. He just really enjoyed it. And you know, it was lovely. We worked really well as a team, which is nice. And we were quite similar in our method, and so and our problem solving something. So it was like we could preempt what each other needed at that moment, which was really nice. So yeah, good omen for the future, because we'll be running a business together, which is very good. You're not too late. Joe, have the invoices gone out yet, please? No, they haven't, Joe. I've created the invoices now. I just need to attach postage to those that want to, and then email them out. I'll be doing it after this live. So watch your inboxes. Those of you who don't have emails for, I will just send via Messenger, and you can and then you can decide how you'd like to pay. So yeah, I'm hoping I can attach documents to the messenger. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So we'll see. We're a great team together. Yes, Abby, I think we do make a great team. We do. And, we enjoyed ourselves as well. So that's good. Right then, let's start picking up. Right, I do have one box in the lead, so I can proceed. But oh yeah, I'm going to ask you a question. So, how many of you guys, if you can do an emoji to let me know, how many of you guys join me for the Charmers live on a Monday evening? Me, I do. So Marie and I are chatting. The reason I'm asking is because I'm going to ask you for your feedback. Marie and I were chatting the other day about what we're doing going forward after the Creative Confidence series, and we want to obviously we want to reach a different audience. So the audience that comes over, generally you guys that make with me or know me already and you've come over, but we want to make sure that we're reaching an audience to make it work for us both. And so we were wondering what you want, because obviously we know you want tutorials, but is there anything in particular you think, no, I would like this? Because obviously tutorials are great, but they're free and they don't generate any income. And so from a business point of view, can't just do that. So if you've got any ideas, what you'd like to see, what we can do differently. Would you like bundles? Would you like a project kit? Would you like one project and the kit's available? Yeah, just any ideas you've got, anything that you've done before that you think this is good and would also put your business brains on, would also work from a business point of view. So we know you want demos, we know that's great, and we try to provide those, but just thinking outside the box a bit, what else can we do to keep you engaged, keep you wanting to come back, and also attract other jewelry makers? Because obviously Marie's audience, a lot of jewelry makers, Charmers Gems audience, a lot of jewelry makers, but also a lot of businesses that are already selling jewelry or just gemstones, just selling gemstones back on. And so they're not necessarily coming in for tutorials. So how do we reach that jewelry making audience more? I mean, we got our own brains on it and there's, a team there, but it's just nice to hear from you. Demo kits might appeal to a wider audience, says Isabel. A kit would be good, says Francis Johnson. Project kit's good. You don't have Instagram, but it might force you to get an account. Yeah, Instagram's great, Bogner. It's I know, like all the social media platforms, they can get a bit heavy and on top of you, but Instagram is good for following people, and there's there's so many Instagram shops now. Most people use that platform for selling and promoting what they do, and it is the platform moving forward, I suppose, that is more modern, a different audience. So you find that you get more buyers on Instagram than you would on Facebook. So if you're selling, you're better off on Instagram. So yeah, it's worth having Instagram. And it's it's the same, it's run by the same company as Facebook, so you may as well, it's Meta that run it. So a kit would be good. Maybe demo kits might be project kits would be great, or totally different beads, gem store, something we can get our teeth into. Yeah, Marie said once that it might be on Facebook. Well, yeah, we're talking. That's what, that's part of the process of how do we move forward with our partnership, our relationship. You definitely need to use brand new lines we haven't seen before. Yes. Yeah. And as we roll that, there'll be more of that. Extra bits, nothing normal. Okay. I like the variety of demos, so different things each week. Okay. I know all this, but time is an issue. Yes, I know, Wagner. But you don't have to create an account to watch Instagram, or you don't have to focus on your account to be able to see other people. You can just have a profile and just follow people so that you're not actually having to keep up with your profile. Do you know what I mean? You can use it just to sort of keep an eye on what's going on there, on out in the world there. And if you do a post to Facebook, you can automatically set it up that it goes to Instagram as well, so you don't have to post both. I should be listening to myself because I constantly forget to click the button that says share to both. And some, it's a minefield. So Bogner, if you don't want to set yourself up a profile, you don't have to. You can, well, you have to have an account, but you don't have to do any work to it if you don't want to, just to be able to access other accounts. I think I would like to stay on Instagram with Charmers, because at the moment that's where I'm sort of growing an audience over on Instagram with Charmers. Jane, I'm liking that you make up a tutorial that we can buy to make a bigger piece. Yes. I think I understand. My actual brain cogs were turning over then. What does Jane mean? So you're liking that I do little tutorials that you can then evolve. Is that what you mean? I think kits with demos seems the obvious way to go. Yeah. I hope to have more time for me and what I want to do after the summer. We'll see. Wow, that's what we always hope, isn't it, Bogner? But I keep my fingers crossed for you. I'm not going to have that hope this year because I know it's not going to be possible. So yeah, it's going to be a very busy year, but hopefully the foundations for the foundation for the future. Like the sword. So yeah. Okay. Isabel Trotter, maybe there could be a way that what you demo and sell on a Monday can be followed up, built on by Marie on a Thursday. Maybe there could be a way that you demo and sell on a Monday can then be followed up, built on by Marie on a Thursday. Yeah, that's food for thought, Isabel. Yeah, so let's get a recapped or something. I do think sometimes you're very generous with your time on demos and you could make it simpler. Yeah, Nicola, it's a difficult one, isn't it? You want to give enough so that people think, oh, that's good, I want to come back. But you don't want to give so much that people think, oh, I just wait for the free stuff. So yeah, difficult balance. But I'm glad that you think I'm generous with my time. That's nice. I want to be known for that. So I don't want to get rid of that. I do want that. Not sure what that would look like though. No, but it's something to think about as well. It's another thing is it's good to try an idea because sometimes it leads to another idea. So even if that idea doesn't quite cinch, it leads. So any ideas are good ideas because sometimes they lead to the answer and sometimes they lead to just an evolution. That is the answer. So it's good. And that's the same with your jewelry as well. So try things, because even if they don't work or you think they might not work, try it anyway, because it will lead to something that will work. Everything is an evolution. Jem, could you do pre-made projects and sell those? E.g., if you know a particular gemstone are coming in, you pre-make projects at different levels and these make newbies join in. These are all really good comments. Pre-made projects and sell those. Just write these down so that I don't forget them, because I think the comments disappear after the live ends, don't they? I think Sylvia told me that the other week. So Jem, you do know the comments go, don't you? No, I don't. Okay, so pre-made projects at different levels. Trying to be more organized, yeah. You think about it as well. Get your brain on it. The way that you could demo and sell Monday. So follow up on Thursday. It is a fine balance. Pre-made stuff is a great idea. What do you think? I'm not actually sure what we're meaning by pre-made stuff is a great idea. Jem, could you do pre-made projects and sell those? E.g., if you know particular gemstones are coming in, you pre-made projects at different levels, and these may make newbies join. Yeah. Kits would definitely be good, actually, because a lot of people ask you where you get your wire from. Yeah, I know that's something that Marie's working on, is findings and wire, and hopefully I can help with that. So rather than a full demo, a sketchy description, lol. Just sketchy, just enough. That's a good idea. So if I do sketchy descriptions and people go, that wasn't very clear, I'll say, just blame Nicola, it was her idea. Just reading these. So kits are good. Kits and demos. What about written demos? So I've thought about this before. So maybe having a tutorial as a product along the sales sheet. So for example, tonight I'm doing the show all about negative space, and I've made this piece, and as part of the show you can order the tutorial. What do you think about that? Would that be something? That'd be something. Yes, if you buy that gem, you order the tutorial to go with it. Yeah, that could be something. Tutorials as products. I like this problem solving. It's good. Anyway. Oh, there's more comments. I'll think about it. Kits would definitely be good. Ask where you get your wire from. A full demo sketch. Could you have your ideas on Monday? Do a printout so we could follow. Yeah, that's tutorials, isn't it? Gemma, you need to earn off this too. Yes. Yeah, and that's it. But the thing is, the more engagement we get, the more I earn. So it's worth like investing the time and energy into thinking, how do we make this work for more people? The more people, the more sales, the more commission, blah blah blah. So, and also the more people that are directed to me to come and learn in the future, so they might book a workshop. So I can see the long-term benefits. There's definitely long-term benefits in this process. So but yeah, it would be we just need to make sure that we're doing what the audience want, so that we're keeping focused, really. Marie's customers make jewelry. They might like quick makes, stall pieces. Yeah, and that is what I try to do on a Monday. I try to do just a small tutorial on a Monday, just keep it simple so that they are quick makes. The tutorials are what I meant when I said projects. Yeah, I got you, Joe. Mary, I watch for the demos, but do get tempted by some gems. We need to pay you for the demos. Could you sell the demo like your digibook? Yeah, there's that option. Also, each week you could target a different audience, maybe at least for a couple of months, so you can see what works best. Yes. So audiences such as beginners, advanced, intermediates, textile artists, wire workers. What do you? How many different audiences do you imagine, Isabel? Just like that sort of thing. Like, yeah, like if you work with textiles, yeah. Again, it's I think I've stuck with wire mainly because one, it's easy and most people know where to get wire, and the demos are easier. I haven't really explored other mediums yet, and also because people ask me where I get my products. So wire, it's nice and easy. It's one place. You can get it in wires, at wires, or you might have your own supplier, so it's nice and easy. But when I start adding other things in, they might be like found items, or if I do my mixed media pieces, it's just so much, and then it's hard for people to know how to follow that. So there's that. So much to think about. It's nice to pick your brains and have this conversation instead of just with myself. It's nice. The key really is getting more engagement, social media. Yeah. Beginners, store holders, you can stick with wire. Yeah. Now I do lots of different crafts, so that would mean I would be with you every week, which I do anyway, lol. I like your mixed media pieces. But you can do pearl knotting and stringing, etc. Yeah, I could do, Nicola. I mean, I'm certainly not the expert on pearl knotting. I can do it, but I wouldn't like. I'm not the expert. I'm fine for the whole thing, and then it comes to the ends, and I think, oh gosh, I just don't feel very expert at this. And I wouldn't want to tell you how I do. I remember when I started doing cinema and making fascinators with cinema, and my friend Sue, she is the queen of cinema. She is a milliner. She is fantastic, and she learned the proper way at a class. And there's me getting this cinema for the first time and doing what I do with it, which is like pushing it a bit to its limits and not quite knowing what I'm doing, but coming up with some results and finding my own methods for putting these things together. And I remember her coming around going, oh my God, I can't believe you're actually doing it this way. It's like, so, but it works. But yeah, it wouldn't be what you would. I'm not saying that's the same with pearl knotting. I got the basics. I just not the most confident to deliver that. There are better people out there for that. Fleur Hastings, for example, absolutely brilliant pearl knotting. She's the expert. Go to her for that. But you can do pearl knotting. Themes could be good, e.g. Bridgerton looks, Game of Thrones. That's good. That's good. Isabel, maybe focus on skill levels and purpose of making jewelry and focus on wire, which is your thing. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you could teach that. Bead embroidery. No, thanks, Kim. Tony, I've never tried pearl knotting, lol. Yeah, it's not. It's nice. It's nice because it makes the fluidity so beautiful, and it's traditional and standard. It does elevate your pearl jewelry, I think, done well. Yeah. The other thing is, yeah, just because I can do all these things doesn't mean I want to do all these things, because I'm going to end up with stash boxes like I had to sell on Saturday. Never tried pearl knot. I find it easy to pearl knot. I love the pearl knotting itself. I actually love it. I love doing the knots, and I've got my own little system that I could do. Just do knot. It's nice. I like it. I just don't like finishing it. I don't like ending it. It's like I think, oh, how is that gonna hold? Does it look tidy? Is it secure? All those things. I get a bit worried about it. And I do bead. Oh, and I do bead embroidery. Oh, it's beautiful bead embroidery. It's just very time consuming. Yeah. And I don't want to spend hours prepping for I do spend hours prepping for a Instagram live. I enjoy making it, and I get to keep the jewelry, so it'd be nice if the jewelry I get to keep also is in line with what I do. Maybe that's the key, just do what I do with it, and hopefully I will attract my own crowd of people that enjoy that particular style of jewelry. Perhaps that's what I do, just stick with it. What do you reckon? Anyway, thank you very much for problem solving that with me. It's all good feedback. When I speak to Marie and Emily, I can say here are a few concepts that we might want to explore. Yeah, I must do what I like. I am going to do what I like, Kim. going to do as I please. I'm going to do me. Right. I have box number 5 with the biggest number of votes. I like what you do with it. So just be you, as we love your stuff. That's what I'll do then. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Right. Now your reward. Box number 5. Oh. Box number 5 is this. Have I shown this recently? This is what's in box number 5. It's a lovely little fan style piece. This is, what is this gemstone? It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it might be sodalite, but it looks got a bit more clarity. Oh my word, is it tanzanite? No, can't be. It's kyanite. It's kyanite. I can see the lovely pearlescent stripe. Just, I know you're not interested in the gems. Well, you are, but doesn't matter for the technique, does it? Yeah, you got number 5, Abby. So this is a beading technique, and that's what I will be showing you. So as you can imagine, I'm not actually very organized in terms of materials that I've got ready, because I've been a busy bee. So let's make some space, get some beading thread. So I do this with wire, I think. I do it with wire because I think it would be easier to show you. And also this piece is on wire because I wanted a bit more rigidity. So I'm going to go with a 0.4 wire, which is a bit tangled up. Seems to have attached itself to all the other wires, and I've lost the end. Right, there's the end. I'm just going to chop this off. Now I've got 2 ends. Right, so I don't need all that. So I'm just going to cut a nice length of wire. So for this one, this particular project requires 2 different sizes of beads, so one smaller, one bigger, and I'd say the ratio should be roughly half. So if the big one is an 8mm, the small one should be a 4mm, big one's a 6mm, you want a 3mm, roughly. Okay, it will work with any combination, but the size of the piece will obviously differ, and how many beads it takes to do a semicircle will differ depending on the ratio between your beads. Because we rely on the big small to create this sort of shape. So the small one here, the big one here, we rely on it to then go like that all the way around, like cheeses in a Trivial Pursuit game, you know. We rely on that shape to create the round. So if the ratio is different, it will just take more, but you can play it by ear. It's pretty easy to adapt. So we'll go with that, right? And then I just need some gemstones and to move the camera. So bear with me. I'm just going to grab some gems. I must have some over here somewhere. These are all the big gems. I said they're not going in the sale. I'm keeping them. I've got loads of pieces to take apart. I'm going to be ruthless. I'm going to be ruthless. Take things apart and actually reuse them like I advise everybody else to do. It's difficult to take things apart, isn't it? I did have a very busy Saturday. Gemma, comments so far in your inbox. Have you done that for me, Gemma? Have you cut and pasted that into my inbox? That would be very amazing. You did. Thank you. Right. I'm not going to be the prettiest one. Right, I'm just demonstrating, but it doesn't have to be the prettiest, but I'm getting a bit stuck on it being pretty. I shouldn't. I'm just going to use the sizes. the sizes I need. Okay, let's go with that. It's like half. It's not quite half. Hold on. No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. Does the tiger's eye work? Yes. Okay. I'm not doing pretty, so it's going to really mess with my head that this combination doesn't necessarily look great together. But hey, we might surprise ourselves. And if I make these combinations that don't work, at least you know they don't. So I've got some 8mm and some 4mm. I think 8mm and 4mm. It might be 10mm and 4mm actually, but it will roughly give us the ratio we need. So let me just cut some of these off the strand. Right. Put that there. And then let's get my stand over here. Right, bear with me then. I'm going to turn you upside down and inside out. Shake you all about, and then magically we will be transported down to my desk. Ooh. There we go. Is that in the right place? No, not yet, but it will be. My box of goodies. And okay, we can roughly see that, can't we? That's a little swig of coffee. Right. So I have a length of wire which is about 1 meter long, and it's always good to have more than you think you need because you don't want to run out halfway through. So this is what we're going to attempt to do, and this is basically I think we call it a right angle weave. So these make loops together, but there's a few things that'd be really helpful for you to know. So when you start doing one of these mandala style pieces, it's always best to actually with this one, yes it will. So it's always best you thread on. This is, each row is going to have this combination on, so a big and a small. Okay, and when you start, you need to add a second piece, just a scrap piece of wire through those beads. Now also before you start, it's good to check that your wire goes through twice, because if it doesn't, you obviously won't be able to do this technique. Okay, so put this piece in, and it will become apparent why later. So put that piece in and just tuck it off to the side. All right, and then we'll start by doing this weave. So you want equal amount of wire left each side, and on the outside of each, so in between each, we want one of our smaller beads. So a smaller bead on each end, like that. And then you thread on your combination again. So each row has a big and a small. Okay, so make sure you thread it on in the right order. So thread on your tiger's eye first, and then your smaller gemstone next. There's your row, and on your rows you take the wire back through in the opposite direction, where you take the opposite wire through in the opposite direction. So it's coming up through there like that, and then we take the other wire and go down through it. So we're crossing the wires inside the beads. Okay, and then we'll pull them into place. So just keep an eye on this for not twisting and puckering as you do it. Pull them into place. And I always find, especially if I'm doing this with beading thread, because you can do this with beading thread, the best way to make it lie flat rather than being all over the place is to lay it flat on your mat and keep it flat while you pull the wire through, and then the wire isn't twisted, the beading thread isn't twisted, and then it helps it all stay flat. Okay, so there's our first section, and then we just repeat it. So just pull those wires off to the side. And then again, we're going to pop a small one on each side before we do anything else. So a small one dropping down to there, and a small one dropping down to the other side like that. And then we do our row combination. So it's a small one and then a big one, and then take the opposite side through in the opposite direction so that it crosses inside the row, and then pull into place. Again, best to have it flat on the mat when you pull it so that it all lies nice and flat. With wire it's not so important because you can, you know, the wire will go where you tell it to in the end anyway. Okay, so you can see because I'm using much bigger gems, it's going to take longer for it to curve. So what we could do, in fact what I have done on this one, on the other one, is I haven't put an in-between bead up there. So let's do it now without putting an in-between bead on the middle, and I can always undo this section. Okay, yeah, that's what I've done. So this is going to take a lot longer to go in a circle because I got a bead up there and a bead down here. So what I'm going to do this time is just put a bead on the outer row, so a bead spacer on the bottom and not on the top, and that will make the angle tighter. Okay, so like that. Take the other wire through. There you go. And that's going to pull it into a much tighter circle. Now what I could do is remove these ones from this end. Instead of having to undo it all, I can just remove them. So no bead spacer on the top, just on the bottom. The bottom, and then put your row on. More gems. What are we thinking to the combination? Is it working? Tiger's Eye and lavender amethyst. What do you think? Was I wrong? Have I made a new discovery? I don't think so, but maybe we'll persevere and see. Like I said, it's always worth trying these things, just in case they lead to something else. Now, Tiger's Eye and Rose Quartz works nicely, but it's not necessarily working so well with the purple. Maybe it depends what's going to go on around it. That will make the difference, won't it? Hazel, don't worry. We're just doing this demo. So box number 5 was the winner, Hazel. You think it looks nice, Tony? And so we're doing this sort of semicircular section that you can have sort of as a pendant or the centerpiece of a necklace. Or if you're beading, you can make it undulate to create different effects. Right, let's go for a couple more then. So what we're doing here is a spacer. So a spacer, or a not a spacer, but a floating bead. Then it's not within the weave, it's just on the outside of it. And then we're doing rows with a little bead in the middle or towards the center at the top, and a bigger bead, and then crossing the wires through them to pull them in. So this, sometimes I think people call this a ladder weave as well, and depending on where you place your beads, you get these circles forming, and you can create tighter circles or looser circles by altering the ratio of the beads that you use, but you always need a bigger and a smaller. And on this outer row, just so that it looks pretty, we're putting a little bead, and then before we create our rows. Right, let's put this one in. Stop there. Right, okay, let's do another row, and then I'll talk to you about why I put that starter block in, or that starter wire in, and it will become apparent. I can hear a toddler crying. Can you hear that? There's a play park just behind me, and I think it's a toddler, and it sounds more like a tantrum cry than a hurt cry. I remember those days. Right, there we go. I'm going to put that there. I'm just going to leave that there for a minute, and I'm going to undo this and take off those first rows that I don't like. So if you start it and you don't like it, you don't have to unpick it all. You can unpick it from this end. Now this piece is in here. So I started, when I put my first row on, I put another piece through and pulled it that way. And that's because if you don't do that, what happens is, demonstrate here, you've got your wire through there. Where's my spare bit? And when you pull it round to the next row, what happens is it goes like that. So it sort of curves because it wants to curve in between the beads. When you come to finish and try and put a wire through it, it's curved, and so it's really difficult to get your wire through. It just changes the shape. So if I was to carry on with that, and then at the end I try and put a wire through here to bring it into the rest of the necklace, it's difficult to do, and it's not in a straight row, so it will look slightly different to the rest of it. So that's why I put that starter wire in there, to keep that straight, to keep that going straight through. So now if I come to put a wire, when I take this out, I can put a new wire straight through to carry on with my beading, or put it into my neckline piece. So that's the reason it's in there. Okay, I'm going to take this off, and obviously that's one piece of wire, so I'm going to have to cut it. So I'll cut it sort of centrally and start removing some of these, because it's not the design I want to go with now. So I'll just take those off. There we go. So that now is the first row, and I've got this little bit of wire, which would be difficult to work with, but for the purposes of this, imagine that's nice and long. And if you didn't have that there and you started perfectly, when you come to attach it into your neckline, you take another new piece of wire or beading thread, take it through there, and then it comes up and you're ready to work this side, and hopefully you have some left this side to work with. Okay, so I think I need one more to pull that into a nice semicircle. It's not quite straight yet, so I'm going to pop one more row on. So there's my row, my little bead, my big bead, and then remember you've got a spacer there that you put on before you thread through those two beads in the row. So that drops down to there, and then this one goes through these two beads. My wire's got wonky. Okay. Okay, so that is a semicircle. You might want to take it up a bit further depending on the angle that you want the rest of your piece to come from. So this one, it goes like that. Can you see I've just got slightly more than a semicircle, so it gives me that nice V shape down into the center. So let's do it. I can't leave it like that. I've got to gotta put it on. I don't know why, because I'm going to take this apart in a minute and put it back into my stash, but I'll just pop that row on, and then my last spacer section there, and then through those to just extend that semicircular shape, because I do like that V. I do like to bring things into a point. It just feels nice. It feels good to do that. Okay, so there we go. There is now our little motif that we can incorporate into a necklace. Now, if I was doing pieces that went then round the side here, which you might have seen in the sale on Saturday, there were a few pieces like that, then I would probably do those as semicircles, not do the extra row, because they will sit better flat there. But at the center, it sits better if it just comes down a little bit. So go beyond the semicircle slightly, with maybe one extra row. Okay, and then see how I've got this one in the center here. So the way to do that is to use these two ends. So this, when you're doing this, you won't have a wire in this end. So let's just pretend it's not there. So what you would do is take a new wire in through there, so that you've got, you know, an equal amount of wires each side. Okay, so we just do that like that. So we now got wires each side. And then to get something in the center, what we do is use these two inside wires to thread our section on. So in this case, we could probably fit a spacer bead. We probably wouldn't fit a whole. Will we fit 2 and 1? We might do, but you're probably better off doing something smaller. Well, let's try it. If it doesn't work, you can try, but just have a look what works well in that space. It might be that you've got a different focal bead that you want to put at the center, like that when I've used the pearls as the focal beads at the center. But it's the same principle. So you take the wires or the thread through in both directions through those beads. Post them through and pull them into place. Give them a good pull. Okay, and that just sits in there. Now these wires you can take all the way back through to the edge, or you can sort of have them coming up through there. It's up to you. It's up to you, but you've got options to bring them up through that second bead or all the way out to the edge again. So in the design that I've got as my demonstration, it goes all the way out to the other side, and then both my wires are at that side to use. Straighten the wire up a bit. There. Let's put this one through here. This one might not go through because I've got those that other temporary wire in there as well, but it will in yours. Come on. Oh, damn. I'm not demonstrating much finesse here, am I? Let's get those, hide those out of the way because they wouldn't be there. Get those out of the way there. So there we go. There's our motif. Actually, it doesn't actually look too bad, does it? I'm not overly sold on this combination. You've done a lot of right angle, but not using different sizes to get the curve. Thanks. That's all right. Yeah, it's interesting because you can make nice undulations. So you can reverse this and go the other way, and you start getting a curve the other way. And that's how you make those sort of wiggle necklaces and wiggle patterns. Or you can keep it straight but alternate. So if you alternated the order in which you added these, so if it was this row was this big one and then the small one, and then the next row was the big one, then the small one, sort of opposite, it would stay straight because it would, you know, tally up. I'm using 0.4 YAS Kim. A wearable piece, but good contrast for the demo. Yeah, it works well for the demo, doesn't it? Yeah, you're right. Have to go. Catch up later. See you, Linda. Another great idea. We really should find a way of paying for these. Mary Morris. Just share. That's how you can make it work. For me is if you share, promote, you know, show me what you did with it, tell people how to, you know, how to come in, share my YouTube, share my Facebook, share my website, and that's what I hope you'll do. And also give me emojis on the lives. and interactions on the lives, because that pushes it out further, and that's sort of how it works really. But yeah, so there you go. There's a nice little demo for you, something that you can use perhaps in your jewelry, make a statement with a frame. I mean, this, you can even put a cabochon in there, use this as the basis to frame a cab. So there's lots of ways you can use this. And of course, if you continue, you get a circle. So you can just keep going. That kyanite's gorgeous, isn't it? It's very intense. Thumbs up, everyone. Yes, please. Yes, please. That's what I need. Thumbs ups, subscribes and likes and all that. It all helps push it forward for me. Okay, so there's your little demo. I'm going to put the thumb over the screen again. Yeah, the neon blue is gorgeous, isn't it? It's really lovely. Right. Right. I'm going to put my finger over it so I don't make you dizzy. And put you back up on top of the computer. Right there. Oh, hi. There you go. I think that's it. Right, put that over there. My arm over there. Right, that's it. That's the demo for you today. Don't forget to do the thumb up before you go. Yes, please. All the thumbs ups really help. That's really useful. So I'll be live on Instagram at 6 o'clock this evening on Charmers Gems page. So don't forget to come and see me there. And also, again, it's the same thing. If you can share that, so once you're in, share the live, it all sort of pushes it out further. And obviously the more inclusion, the more engagement we get, the better it is for me, for everyone. So yeah, if you want to help, then that is the way to do it. So, and thank you. I appreciate you wanting to. It really is nice and keeps me trying to find new ways to make sure I can keep doing what I do. So thanks everybody. See you later. So yeah, see you later everybody, and have a lovely day. I will be sending your invoices if you've got orders today, and obviously if they get paid before the end of the day, I'll take them straight to the post office before closing, so they can go today. Otherwise they'll be going on Thursday afternoon, because that's when I next am home during post office opening times. So I will get the invoices out immediately, and I'll see you all very soon. So see you tonight, most of you. Other than that, I might see you next Monday or on some impromptu thing I do, or poll I put out. But I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me today. Bye everybody.